Confessions number 41. Big butt trumpet playing Ricks. That's what we'll call him. The chat line got jokes, y'all, for real. Cause with this guy, we met again on Live Links, and he was kind of a bright mouth guy, kind of comedian-like, and he told me what he looked like, and I didn't really want to believe what he said, so I had to see for myself. Now, his description he gave me was, I am 5'10", and I have a big butt. And I really didn't believe that. I said, dude, stop playing. Stop playing. You don't have a big butt. And, again, this is one where the group came into play, and, all of us decided to take this ride to the 704 so I could meet him and the other group could meet who they was meeting. And we got to the 704, and who comes waddling out? Oh my God, number 70, what did I even call him? Because right now I can picture this. Number 41 comes out, big butt Ricks. And this dude got a bud on him. Good Lord. And he had nerve coming out of the restaurant with all these chicken legs and these big poppy eyes. However, though, he was a good fella, until I really got to know him. The side of him that I didn't get to know. Now, this is the kind of side of me that's like in between being good and bad. I got to hurt you, though. I got to hurt you before I let you hurt me. So this is what happened with that. Me and Big Butt Ricks, we got up a few times, hung out, and everything was fine. But then it got where Big Butt Ricks wanted to really think we was in some type of relationship, and he wanted to start trying to call the shots, and he called himself withholding food from me. We were supposed to eat at the Huddle House one day, and he was like, well, I'm not there. I can't meet you there. And he kept coming up with all these excuses of why he couldn't meet me there. And then when I say, well, I'm going back home, then all of a sudden he shows up like 2 hours late. And I went home. I really tried to spare his feelings because I knew his mom had just passed. But I'm going to be honest with you. Once you lie and you ain't even all that cute, and you running around here just flopping this big butt everywhere, just thinking it's cute. Once you do that, I'm going to pretty much, I got to say something to break you down. Your ego is just too big. It's too big at this moment, and it's becoming irritating. So the breakdown for me with him was his hygiene. I said, you stink. You always stink. That's what I told him. I said, you got all that back there, but it stinks. You just a stinky man. And he would put on all this deodorant and cologne, and then I would say, you give me a migraine. I don't like to smell all that cologne and perfume and deodorants you got on mixing, just layering funk. That's what it was. And so he didn't know which way to take me because I confused him. I said, 1 minute, I want to smell you smelling good. And in the next minute, I can't take you smelling good around me because you're making my head hurt. And the only reason why I didn't just dump him to the curb is because he was beneficial when it came down to getting cheap car parts. Yeah, he was a mechanic, and he worked at a AutoZone place, and so he had to hook up. And that's the only reason why every time I say something bad, I come back with, I would just compliment him sometimes. Oh, you working? You such a hard worker. Like, how long you been on that job again? You know, women, we know that if we tell a man what he wants to hear, what he's been dying to hear most of all his life is just somebody to cherish him and celebrate with him who he really is, and to agree to his choices. I think men like that when women agree to their choices in life, and it makes them feel stronger as a man. So I would sit back and I would be like, I'm so glad you're such a hard worker. You've been doing really good. I mean, it takes a lot of dedication. And he would get excited off of that. I told him that I felt like he was an awesome trumpet player because he played for this big ensemble group somewhere in the 704, and I would brag on his trumpet playing, and then as soon as he start playing over the phone, I'm like, I don't even know what that is you're playing. Can you tell me? You know that was an insult, right? Yeah. To be honest, I don't know how he got into that band because he sucked. And I was the one to tell him, especially after he stood me up. All it took was that one time. See, I was the type, I ain't let go of a grudge. If I had something against you, you best believe you were going to feel it some type of way. Whether I threw it in shade or I threw it directly at you, you would feel it. And for him, I knew what would hit him the most was to talk about his butt and to talk about his non-trumpet playing skills. Now, did the brother really have skills? No, and I still don't think he had skills. I think he had the energy for it. He had the attitude for it, but when he actually went to play, he wasn't all that. And besides, with him, what I would do with him, too, is I would have him stay up all night long singing me songs. And then certain nights, now y'all, this was on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would have him stay up all night long just talking and singing to me, so that whenever it got time for him to go to work, he would be tired, he would be deprived of sleep, and, you know, he had a choice. He didn't have to stay up. He didn't have to stay up all night long with me. He could have went to sleep at any moment, and since he didn't, I took advantage of that. But Big Butt Ricks, though, what made me finally just draw the straw with him, I couldn't take it no more. He was cocky. He really thought he was more than what he was. And that final straw was he went and got a hotel room. And I said, I'm coming. And I got there to the hotel room. And he was up in there thinking he was all cute and thinking he gonna get him some. And I sat on the bed and I looked right up at him. And he tried to lean in and kiss me. And I was like, what is that on your face? Because, you know, people have what we call pigmentation skin and it looked ashy. I said, what is that on your face? I said, I got to go do something. I got to go make a phone call right quick and I'll be right back. And whatever it was on his face, I still don't know. But anyway, between me saying that and me getting up, walking and leaving, I didn't return no more. I left him. I came home. Called my girls. I said, hey, y'all, I came on back home. He won't even worth being with. And I didn't talk to him. He still would hit me up every now and then, but other than that, you know, there was nothing to do with him. See, that's the thing about the chat line is some of the guys ended up being long-term friends. It turned into friendships. Didn't nothing happen, but it turned into friendships. Even the ones I talked junk to, it turned into friendships with them. Now, it didn't stop them from trying to take a shot at trying to get with me, but they knew I wasn't into that, so they still be trying. I mean, that's a them problem at this point. It's not a me problem. It's a them problem. But pretty much though, I had to let him go for the simple fact he was above himself and he was real cocky. He thought he was the best at everything. You can't tell him nothing. He was just one of them know-it-alls. And he was going to do whatever Big Butt Ricks wanted to do. And I ain't like the way he be throwing his butt like that. Because, I mean, I know it was his butt. But at the same time, you know, I think he was just too woman-like for me. I couldn't handle that. So that's how me and old Big Butt Rich split it.